Hi, Idealistas. This is your shared reading video for instruction. So for shared reading, I guess I'll just say our aims. I should have done that on the math video. But Idealistas will be able to read a story, make connections, identify main idea and details, identify sequence, time and order words, and make inferences. Okay? So we are going to be reading A Spy by Chance. And if we look at the story A Spy by Chance, I'm going to open up our shared reading assignment. If we look at A Spy by Chance, it is a historical fiction, okay? Historical fiction. So that is the genre. What could we say if you were to make a guess on historical fiction? What would you say that genre was? Now, we haven't read a lot of historical fiction. Historical, history, okay? Root word is history. So historical must be taking place in the past. And fiction, well, I know that fiction is the same as fake, so it's a historical fake story, okay? So it's a story that is based on something that happened in the past, but it's made up, okay? It could be real, but it's not. So it's called A Spy by Chance, and it's actually going to be taking place during the Revolutionary War. Okay, so if you guys know a lot about the Revolutionary War, there should be some information about that in the story. But again, it's not a informational text. It's not informing us about the Revolutionary War. It's just a story to entertain us and to inform us, but it's made up. Okay. When we read this story, you are going to want to focus on understanding what inferencing is. So I made a little list. This is from our guided reading story, or our book, I guess, our shared reading book, Making Inferences. You need to find a clue in the story, okay? So you take that clue, you relate it to prior knowledge that you already have, and with that you can make an inference about what's going on, how somebody's feeling, what somebody might be thinking, okay? So for example, if I read let me think here of an inference. She was walking through the house, stomping her feet, and answering with really short sentences, okay? The clue would be she was stomping around the house, or she was walking around the house stomping her feet, okay? That's a clue. Prior knowledge. I know that when people walk around and stomp their feet really loud, it's probably because they're not feeling very happy, or something might have upset them, or they're angry, okay? So I can infer that because she was stomping around the house with her feet, and given really short sentences, she must not be in a very good mood, okay? So that's how you do an inference. The next one that you're going to want to do, make sure you remember, is sequence, okay? First, this happened in the story, then this happened in the story, last this happened. There doesn't always only have to be 3 events that happen. You could have first, next, then, after that, finally. That was 4 steps, okay? You could have first and last. That was 2 steps. You could have first, next, last, okay? You have to look for those time and order words, okay? First, at the beginning, to begin with, those are all clues that help you know that's happening at the beginning, okay? That's one of the first things. Eventually, finally, in conclusion, after a while. Those are all clues that tell you the event happened later on. Okay, so you have to use those types of words to help you make sense of the story and order it in your mind. Okay, the last thing we're going to look at is main idea and details. Now, this was something that you guys were struggling with, so I'm going to remind you to find how to find main idea. Look at the first sentence of every paragraph on the page. If you look at the first sentence of every paragraph, those are all the topic sentences, right? And the topic sentences tell you what the rest of the paragraph is going to be about. So, the first sentence, I'm like smearing ink all over myself. Whoops. Of every, look at the first sentence of every paragraph. If you look at the first sentence of every paragraph, you're probably, and then like put them together, you're probably going to have a pretty good idea on what the main idea is about, okay? And then all the sentences that follow, those are the details, okay? Those are the sentences that are describing the main idea. So the details describe the main idea. Now, description is like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What is it, how does it make a person, how did it make the person feel? Like, they're all describing the main idea. So details describe the main idea. I'm sorry, this is so sloppy. So the details describe it, and to find the main idea, look in the first paragraphs of all of the first sentences of all the paragraphs, okay? Other than that, make sure you are reading the schedule. Make sure you are getting the homework done as well. There are 4 exit tickets that you need to do: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then there is 1 sheet of 16 questions that is homework, and it's vocabulary words, okay? It has specific questions and specific page numbers for you to look for the vocabulary words and help you understand what they mean. Make sure you do that, because if you don't do the homework, you're not going to know the answers for the assessment on Friday, okay? So, again, 5 things to do in shared reading this week, 4 exit tickets and 1 homework. If you have any questions or you're having trouble answering a question or finding something, please call me or email me. Specifically, if you want like a very quick answer, call me from 9 to 10 or email me from 9 to 10 in the morning or 2 to 3 in the afternoon. Okay? All right. Good luck.